Hey everyone, how's it going? It's NADI, and today we're testing out the Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening and Setting Palette. As you fabulous people know, this is about the products and not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of love and positivity. Oh my beautiful darlings, how is everyone today? I myself am doing good, but I do have a touch of seasonal allergies. It is just that time of year again, so if I seem a little foggy, that's why. But it doesn't matter what my ailment could be, makeup will always fix it, and I'm really excited to try this out. It's been sitting in my to film pile for like a freaking month now, and I'm just now looking at this. I thought this was a highlight and contour palette, but I guess it's not. I guess this palette is strictly to color correct and set. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I have really enjoyed the products that have come from this brand lately though, but I can't remember, did we like their bronze palette? I think we did. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up listing this on Poshmark, but pretty much everything after their initial launch I've really enjoyed. Like, the quality has definitely been there, but truthfully, out of everything that they have come out with, this would probably be the product that I'd use the least, just because I use my liquid squeeze to highlight and brighten anywhere that I want, and then I just tap it out with a little bit of Laura Mercier. So unless I'm doing like drag makeup or maybe somebody else's makeup, this really wouldn't come in handy for me. But the products that I use and my makeup style and everything always evolves, so this might be something that I would use. I don't know. I do know that I don't want to fuck this up, so let me hop onto the website and we can check out the tips and tricks for this palette before we dive into looking at it. JaclynCosmetics.com. Oh, fuck, which one did I get? It doesn't say anywhere whether this is medium, light, or tan. Well, it looks like the shade names are peach, almond, light banana, and caramel. Ooh, I love a peach and a banana, so I'm here for all of this. Hopefully this shit isn't too deep for me. I think that when I ordered this, I thought I'd be a little bit more tan. Sadly, my ass still hasn't seen the sun in about 9 months, but we'll make it work. Why does this always happen with their website? Anytime I click on any product, there is always a picture right in the middle of the description. That doesn't happen anywhere except for on my big ass computer here, so I'm gonna read it on my phone. Their website says, brighten and set your complexion with 4 pressed powders infused with soothing banana flower powder to create a silky soft focus effect with 4 versatile shades. We love it versatile. This can be used over liquid or cream products to brighten and set, or be worn alone to blur and perfect. Jaclyn Hill created each palette to provide just the right amount of customizable coverage to complement a range of skin tones. And I know this is their first launch for this product, so hopefully they'll expand the shade range with this. But for a first launch, it doesn't seem too bad. They do say that these are best applied with a brush with density based on the area that you're setting. Use a beauty sponge or small brush for targeted color correction. Use a dense brush to brighten the highlight planes of your face. Finish with a fluffy brush to blend it all together. For me to set under my eyes, I'll probably end up using either a dense brush or a sponge just because I have crazy as shit under eyes and I really need to press the powder in there. But I also have to be hella careful with the products that I use because my under eyes get so dry and just aged looking really quickly. So I'm really curious to know if this will dry me out or if it'll just look seamless and flawless and porcelain and beautiful like a baby's butt. Not that a baby's butt is beautiful, but it's very soft. Little baby butt squishy. And when I sat down to film this morning, I totally was not feeling a crazy look, but then I remembered on RuPaul a couple weeks ago, Michelle Visage had a beautiful like deep red look, and I kind of want to do something like that. I'm so fucking indecisive when it comes to makeup looks. I'll walk in not wanting to do anything and I'll walk out looking like a glamazon. So we'll just see how today rolls. To prime my face, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This one blurs. I just rubbed all of that into my hands, so let's go in with a new squirt. Oh god, there's an eyelash in there. Make a wish. Nope, didn't work. And for foundation today, I'm going in with my all-time favorite drugstore find. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. This foundation is so freaking fail-safe. It works with almost anything that I've reviewed, and it really does look fan-freaking-tastic. Like, for the price, you cannot beat it. Just beat it. Ooh. But especially if you apply your foundation with one of these guys, which you can pick up at, I think, the dollar store, this foundation just looks airbrushed and flawless. I dare say I would probably even use this foundation, like, professionally. Then for squeeze, I'm gonna go in with my Marc Jacobs Extra Shot. Always a good day when there's a shot on my face. Alright, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't really need any extra highlighting action, but the bitch does need set, and a lot of times when I do set my highlight, it just becomes a little bit more muted and dull, so I guess I could see where this would come in handy. And I completely fucking forgot to even open this up and see what it looks like. But here we have the outer box. It does look very reminiscent of everything else that they launched that instantly becomes filthy. I don't necessarily mind if that gets filthy because I'm just gonna throw it away. And then here we have the inner packaging. That is actually very, very sleek, quite pretty. Oh god, and it's already dirty, but I really don't care. I know that is a total turnoff for a lot of people, but if you see my makeup collection, it is covered in fingerprints and foundation and just who knows what. Maybe a few liquids here and there. What the hell is on my shirt? Hold on, I really need to go wash my hands. Alright, here, let's just clean this off. There we go, absolutely spectacular. And then let's open her up. Oh gosh, that's very, very light. Although, honestly, it'll probably be perfect for me, so I'm not mad at it, but it does look way lighter than it does online. It does translate on camera quite a bit differently. In person, all three of these look almost the exact same, but I can tell on my monitor that this one does look a little bit darker. But I definitely don't see a lot of medium tone people using this. Like, online, this looks way deeper. But let me just feel a couple of these. Oh my goodness, that is silky smooth and buttery soft. So over anything, they did suggest going in with kind of a dense brush, so I'm gonna go in with this one. I was gonna use like a flat foundation brush, but this is pretty dense and I'm able to get into my little nooks and crannies with it. And I don't know exactly which shade to use because these two top ones are kind of on the grayish side. Which one is supposed to be peachy? I think this is the peachier one. I don't know, let's try a little bit of that under the eyes. Oh, damn, she's got some kickback. That's probably just the brush though. Okay, so here we go, ready? Ooh, that might be a little bit too dark for me. No, maybe not. That might be perfect. Ooh, okay. I mean, clearly we can tell a difference between the two sides, right? This one is absolutely brighter, a little bit more poppin'. Ooh, that's actually very, very pretty. And it's not sucking every bit of moisture from my under eyes. It's actually doing a great job of blurring and smoothing. Smoothing? I know smoothing's a word, but it just doesn't sound right. Why don't I just do half of my face for now? I'm just gonna flip this brush over and let's try this lighter shade right up here. The peach one that I used underneath my eyes is a corrector, so that makes sense to put it under there. Then to highlight, why don't I go into this lighter one right here? And I'm gonna place it right on my forehead, right about there, and I'm only gonna do half of my face so that we can really see the difference. And that does seem to be doing a good job, but this is definitely an instance where I would probably be more likely to use a sponge or maybe one of these poofs. In fact, why don't we just? Okay, so here we have a little bit of that shade right there, and I'm gonna press it in. They do say to blend everything out with a fluffy brush at the end of this, so I'm not really worried about harsh edges right now. And it really doesn't seem to make a difference between using this or the brush. I'm just gonna keep using the brush. But while I have this brush, I think I also wanna try brightening a little bit under the eyes as well, just to see if it'll lay over this. If it ends up looking like shit, it's okay, it's my own fault, I'll take the blame. But it actually looks really, really well. In fact, layering those two, I think looks better than just the one singularly. It is an extreme highlight underneath my eyes, but I think once I have my contour and bronzer and everything on, it'll be okay. I think I also read that you can use this on its own without other makeup, just as like a blurring effect. And for me, usually like an everyday makeup consists of very minimal makeup, so that's probably more likely when I'd use this. Because so far, this is actually really, really pretty. I'm gonna be real, I don't typically like these kinds of face palettes, because like I said before, they just dry me the fuck out, but there is something about this that is not drying. The other side is hella creasy though, I'm gonna have to fix that. But before I do that, I do just kind of want to try this Nana powder. I don't normally fuck with banana powders because usually my foundation is freaking yellow already, but I know that Kim Kardashian kind of made the Ben Nye banana powder blow the fuck up, and since then it's been really damn popular in the mainstream. But that too actually did a fantastic job at adding to the brightness. I would say I'm probably a little bit too highlighty right now, but again, once I have everything else on my face, it'll look okay. Some down there in my chin. Ooh gosh, that does not go over chin fur very well at all. Wasn't really expecting it to, but you never know, sometimes products surprise you. Alright, so here we are up a little bit closer. Once again, this side isn't super blended out, ignore that. But I personally can tell a big difference between this side and this side. This side, I have massive creasing going on. That always happens anytime I don't set something. This side just looks airbrushed and beautiful. If you do have creasy under eyes, I would probably suggest taking a dense brush like this and instantly going right under your eyes, and then for the rest of your highlight, just taking a fluffy ass brush, kind of like what they said. Only because it does apply a lot of product, and I don't think you really need that much. Otherwise, you probably are gonna go through this very, very quickly. And how much was this even? $40? Okay. I mean, that is kind of expensive, but seeing how it actually looks on my skin, it's not that bad, but I definitely did apply a little bit too much of this. It does look slightly cakey, but for as much as I applied, it doesn't look that bad. Like, had I gone in with the normal contour palettes that I used, this would have looked cakey, I would have looked old. It does accentuate the little dry bits that I have going on right there, but pretty much everything does lately. So yeah, what do you think? Does it look good? Does it look worth the price? Let me try to kind of blend this side out a little bit more. Hopefully those creases aren't like burned into place. Okay, we seem to be good with that, and let's go back in with all of these products. I'm gonna go in much lighter this time though. Here is that peach corrector. Honestly, like, just that is good enough for me. It set the concealer into place, it looks smooth, it looks a little bit brighter. For me, that is perfect, but I do kind of want both sides to look even, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of the shade next to it and place it right under here and highlight again. Wow, that really does lay down extremely smooth. Then we'll finish up with the NADI NAI powder right under here. And I do have a good bit of redness right here at the base of my nose, so I'm taking a little bit more of that banana powder and just setting it there. That instantly neutralized it. Yes, it did really cling to my dry bit, so if you have drier textured skin, you might want to go in very, very sparingly. But even if you do have drier textured skin, I could totally see you using this fabulously. If you have any kind of skin, I think it would react well to this, other than the color choice. Like, this is still light for me, and I would say I'm like medium light. But for anyone much deeper than me, really the only shades you'll be able to use in here is like this one, maybe the NAI powder, but I'm not sure about that. Like, this to me should not be the second to deepest option. This to me is more like a second to lightest option. Wait, this is the second to lightest option. What the fuck? I am so damn sorry. I'm pretty sure I even said light to medium before, but some of the shade names are the same from the light to medium to the medium to tan, so I got confused. Okay, this makes sense that this is the second one. There are two other deeper options. This makes sense now. My apologies. Anyways, so here we have it. I think this looks very, very pretty. This side over here, because I did wait so freaking long to set it, it is kind of creasy, but it's really not that bad. So I'm gonna take a fluffy ass brush and just lightly go over everything to blend it out and just get rid of any harsh lines. It looks pretty damn good. Fuck. So let's go in with the rest of the face for a contour. I like to go in with a Catrice Sculpt Squad. We'll see how this plays with that powder. Ooh, pretty nicely. And then for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with some Hoola. Okay, but in like all seriousness, everything that I'm wearing today goes really, really nicely together. The powder seems to have now sunken into my skin. It's really not budging. It's still doing a fabulous job of highlighting everywhere that I put it. So now let's go in and prime the eyes. To do that, I'm using the Jaclyn Cosmetics Clean Canvas in white. And our look is done. Just kidding. Could you imagine though? I look like I'm from 1999. All I'm missing is overplucked brows and a silver metallic shadow. Then on each eyelid, I'm gonna take a drop of the Nematang Dose of Color Coral Lippy. And I'm gonna take this pretty much all over the eyelid and then work it up the crease line towards the brow. I think this is a beautiful lipstick, but as an eyeshadow, holy fucking tits. Just a little bit difficult to work with when you have a fan blowing on you because this dries down very quickly. Okay, well, we are still gonna pop out a banging look, damn it. Then right on the lid, I'm gonna pop on kind of like a deep bloody red. Right about there. Oh, yes. And we'll blend that baby out along the edges and work it upwards. Then for the lower lash, I'm gonna dip into this Titty Booty palette, into this orange, and just smoke it all around like I did with that lipstick. And then back in with the red right above that. Then we're gonna finish this look up by adding a little bit of this glitter. I know, glitter, who the fuck am I? But we'll go ahead and place that right there. Oh, that's pretty. And then just a touch of Pop Luxe Sex Life right in the inner corner of the eye. And a touch of black liner on the upper and lower waterline. All right, the eyes are done. For blush, I'm gonna go into the Saharan Blush Volume 1 by Juvia's Place into this beautiful burgundy right here. And then for lips, I combine Juvia's Place Brenda with ColourPop's Brick and 27. And then just to see if it works, I'm gonna cut out a little bit of my cheekbone with this shade right here. I think I did go in a little bit too heavy with my blush, and I just made my face a little bit rounder than it actually is. So we'll just try to cut some new cheekbones. I think that did a pretty decent job. I'm not sure that I'd ever do that again though, because it did just make like a white racing stripe down my face, but that did do a pretty good job. So my loves, this is how we look. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a wear time test. I'll see you in just a second. Oh my goodness, Ron, you are just goals AF. Look at you chilling without a care in the world. Look at that little leg just sitting there. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, does that mean you want tummy rubs? Oh, I can do that. You a good boy? Okay then. All right, so I am almost finished with my wear time, but I do want to show you how this looks at the end of the day in natural light. Ooh, a little bit too bright there. All right, so here we are. Honestly, everything does look really, really good. Ignore my lips. They've been feathering all freaking day. Love the color, should aligned. But as far as the highlight and everything is going, I do think it is a little bit bright, much brighter than I thought it was in the studio. Even when I look in my mirror across from me, it is extra, extra bright, which I don't necessarily mind the brightness. Overall, everything does look pretty good. Like my under eyes don't really look dry and cakey. You can tell exactly where I set it, so totally go in with a much lighter hand, or maybe get ready in natural light, because up in my studio, this didn't really look this highlighty. But am I mad at this? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Like, I have no complaints so far. Also, yes, I do kind of look like Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl. Thank you for mentioning. But the daylight is dwindling down, so I'm gonna continue wearing this. I will see you in a few hours. Also, this is more like what it actually looks like. I feel like we were a little bit blown out over over there in that lighting. Not that I'm complaining about being blown out, but still, I really do like this stuff. As far as brightening palettes go, this is probably one of my favorites. All right, it is the end of my day. I think everything stayed pretty much the same. The only thing I did was add lip gloss to my lips. This is Pat McGrath's Blood 2. They were just a little bit dry, like my personality. Much unlike my dainties, because this palette is doing it for me. I really like this. Like, this is definitely gonna become a regular of mine. I truthfully don't have much to bitch about here. I think I used everything except for this shade in here, which I might end up using next time. This is a little bit extreme. I might go in with a color corrector here and then place a little bit of this over it, but I don't even dislike this kind of extreme highlighting. Like, I love a statement moment, and this is totally it. My under eyes look so good. They're really not that creasy now that I have eyeshadow covering up what creases I did have. Yes, it did cling to my dry patch like a freaking leech, but everything does lately. But I'm actually kind of glad that that's there to know that if you do have dry patchy skin, this will cling to everything. So either exfoliate your dry patches or just be careful not to place this over dry spots. Otherwise, I can't think of a damn thing wrong with this. We've deduced that this goes much deeper. And if this is the second to the lightest, I'm pretty sure the lightest probably would work for everyone that I know. Without having any of the other ones in hand to see, I really can't judge them though. But the light medium one did work perfectly for me, although I would be tempted to get the next one down and kind of use it as a bronzer or a contour. Either way, I'm digging the shit out of this. So do I recommend it? I do. Do I think it's worth the price? I mean, $39 is kind of expensive, but even with the amount that I did go in, you can barely even tell that I used this. And the powder that I normally use to set my face and is not tinted at all is, I think, around $40. And though I do love that shit to the moon and back and will forever use it, this does have a little bit more to offer, and honestly, it's just as beautiful pressed into the skin. So yeah, I do think it's worth the price. I will be real with you, I am a little bit shooketh because going into this, I did think this wasn't something that I'd ever use, or at least after reviewing it, but this is probably something that I'm gonna use from now on. As I once said in a gif on Twitter, I am pleased as a pickled nipple. Also, I really like this look. Like, fuck me. It's like the perfect combination of deep and dark and lustful and just, oh. Anyways, my beautiful darlings, thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And if you'd like to support me and my channel just a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early, you get Patreon only content, plus best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnadi, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!